History will repeat itself. Hello everybody and welcome to Brawl Stars. I'm Amy the Amazonian and today I'm playing with Baron Helmut Zemo, a mono black commander that costs triple black pips and wants more black pips in your graveyard so he can cast those spells for free. If you get 15 devotion in your graveyard, you can exile those spells after attacking with Zemo and then cast 3 of those cards for free, whether they're creatures or spells, board wipes, or reanimating a big creature and using it to combo out. Now in this deck, I did not focus on comboing with Zemo, though I do have a couple ways to tutor into the graveyard, like Buried Alive and Entomb. In this deck, instead, we're going for big creatures like Grizzlebrand, Valgavoth, and of course, Phyrexian Obliterator, because the more pips it has, the better it is and easier it is to get out of the graveyard. With Zemo, you want to have a mix of high mana value spells that have a lot of black pips and low mana value spells that also have a relative number of high pips, so you can connive by casting the cheap spells and get Zemo bigger, able to swing, and then take out any threats your opponent has. You can also bring back some things that give you even more, like, just presence on board or end the game on the spot, like a Grey Merchant of Asphodel with a whole lot of devotion. I'd say that some of the funnest cards in this deck are things like Doomsday Excruciator, which you might not want to cast, but you could just put into the grave. But if your opponent's looking to draw cards to win the game, you can just cut them off from 99% of their deck using this. Or maybe you want to stop your opponent from using their own graveyard. Douthie Voidwalker works perfectly, and it's got 2 black pips. Since, you know, Zemo is a little slow, needs to attack, and costs 3, we're also running some haste enablers, some discounters, and lots of removal. We are in mono black after all, so let's take Baron Helmut Zemo into the queue and see what devotion lies in the grave. Ashling Rekindled. Ashling gets a little extra mana and a little bit of filtering, but she doesn't connive, she just rummages, discarding, drawing, finding the right things. So I guess drawing and discarding? Let me double check. She discards and draws. Okay, she does rummage. I have a turn 1 Thoughtseize. Hey! And they're going to be ramping to 4 bright and early, so I feel like having an early open Thoughtseize is pretty good. I also have a potential turn 4 Necromancy. Getting Grizzlebrand. Alright, so Lorien, Chandra, Ghostfire Slice. Alright. I'll drop the Chandra. Ashling comes out, discards Shatterskull Smashing. I have nothing for turn 2. And then give it the old flipperino. The reason I dropped Chandra is because this coming out on turn 4, very good. Right now I am having the... Either way, they would have had a way to kill my commander, which means not being able to use these things. Since Ghostfire Slice, 4 damage, only have 3 toughness. Gonna go for a kind of boring play here. Boggart Trawler. A minor threat that does still need an answer, since Ashling's a 1/3. Next turn, they could use the 2 mana from Ashling to draw a couple cards. A Mystical Dispute. Oh, they're actually just cycling the Lorien revealed. Looking for lands, getting some lands. So they could get a 6-cost spell. Are they flipping? Nope, they're not flipping, so they already have what they want in hand. Big Chandra! Hey girl, how you doing? You gonna -1? Or are we plussing and fussing? He's a good one right there. Good enough that I will say it demands removal. I will discard a card, casting this. Yeah, getting a Grizzlebrand in the graveyard for reanimation next turn. Okay, they dropped a mini board wipe off Fire Magic. and riddle them this. They warp, because you can use this mana for warp, but they're still leaving 3 up. Question is it counter magic, or is it just a spurn spell? They could have also full cast this. I'll just go for the reanimation here. Who knows? Maybe they'll bounce it. Hello, 1 grizzled brand, please. And depending on what I do, that will determine what I grab off the Vamp Tutor. If I'm willing to pay a ton of life, and I kind of am, I could have even grabbed a kill spell for Ashling. And a Fatal Push does it. They're taking an extra turn. Alright, let's push it. Where are you? Oh my god, I'm sorry. This is very difficult to scroll through to try to find the cards. Alright, cut down. Fatal Push. Come on. Here we are. Activate this. They're in mana value order. Push it to the limit. It has been pushed. It'd be great if I had like a search bar. It's also like just kind of hard to scroll through it. Oh, bolting. And making Grizzlebrand unable to scream. I do not feel like I want to pay enough life that I'm in Ghostfire Slice range. That feels like a bad idea. They could play a critter. Look at him, he's a little toy. Oh, they're gonna play the Steaming Sauna and draw a card. I'll play Zemo. Yeah, we know that you got this. Which is why I feel like gifting you a card too. You know, there's no time like the presents. Little Grizzlebrand plushies, yeah. I give you a card. We take it away. What do we got? Let's see. Ghostfire Slice, River's Rebuke, Redirect Lightning. Ah, that's what you were thinking of doing. It says target opponent, so it doesn't actually work to redirect it. I will steal Chandra for myself. A River's Rebuke isn't that big here. Redirect Lightning, like, yes, it can redirect my targeted abilities, including Liliana's minus. They can make me target myself. But Chandra can kill Ashling. Chandra is hard to kill. And, like, yeah, it's a permanent they can River's Rebuke back into hand, but I just won't play it until that's gone. Any deck that's paying life, by the way, this +2 can be devastating. The damage a turn adds up. Cumulative damage a turn. The Quantum Riddler. Pretty sure I've got my big connive next turn. Okay, Medallion. An Accursed Marauder. Drop that Meat Hook Massacre. Drop that Grizzlebrand. Necromancy gets its delayed trigger. Not that it does anything. Sorcery Speed Opposition Agent. Just see if I can get anything better in the grave. Nope. Same on you, Liliana. That's why we're doing it. Saying, nice. Thanks. I would like to swing in with Zemo. Oh, okay. They're bolting her. I didn't plus her right away because I wanted to get more stuff in hand. I suppose I could use a Valgavoth and a Grizzlebrand. I also like the Thoughtseize. Or like the Heist. I'd rather Heist. And then I just need a little bit more devotion to fill it out. So let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I would like to cast the Valgavoth and the Grizzlebrand and the Heist. And I will give you a card because I like to steal your cards. Alright, Consult, Jace, Preordain, Redirect Lightning, River's Rebuke, you are mine now. And I have 2 big, funky chunky lifelinking demons. Sure, you can unsummon one with Jace. But there's another one. Well, they can't unsummon this. They do not have 3 non-land permanents. Huh. Okay. What's the this for? What do you got? They're consulting. A consultation. Why are you doing it in end step? Oh, I wonder if they thought I'd be greedy and draw and then they could kill me off Ghost Fire Slice. Yes, Arden is a much, much, much more consistent reanimation deck than Baron Helmut, but this one's cool. Good game. Ashling slices my face. I will not pay 7 life, but I will, spacebar, spacebar. Looking good. GG, Ashling. Yuriko swings in with evasive creatures and then ninjutsus herself into play. Doesn't get a command tax and is generally a really annoying commander. I think she's one of the top cards as well if you're playing in the competitive queue, in part because she gives you access to the very good free spells in these colors. The more ninjas you have, the more deadly she gets. And speaking of deadly, I'm going to go for a symmetrical sacrifice here, getting a little bit of devotion in my graveyard off on a Cursed Marauder and getting rid of their ninja number 1. Okay, well that's not a ninja. But I think I'm still going to kill it because it makes a creature for them every single turn. But I'd like to play my commander first, since doing that allows me to cast this free spell, Snuff Out, and drop a Broodlord Beyond the Grave. I guess I could also go for a Grief in here, but I feel like I want to hold this removal for whatever evasive creature number 3 they spit out. What the heck? You're just hard casting Yuriko? Okay, well now I need to know what you have in your hand, so show me your secrets. We got a Ponder, a Bloodchief's Thirst, and a Virtue of Persistence. I guess I'll hit the Bloodchief's Thirst. That is the thing here that would be able to kill Zemo. A Shore Stalker, an unblockable Fishfolk. Yeah, it's weird seeing Yuriko get hard cats. I wonder if that was them, like, thinking they could trade up into Zemo because he's a 4/4. Well, very possible. I will play a land, Soothsayer. Ooh, Chitinous Crawler. And I'll swing in for 4. They go for the block because they'd like the ninjutsu in. And that's just what we wanted them to do, because now we are going to consume and corrupt. Ooh, actually, let me double check my devotion right here. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and that would be 8, 9. So we're going to keep this in hand. They got themselves a ninja. It's so weird seeing a command tax on her. Otawara to bounce Zemo back into my hand, so I can't attack in this next turn. Ooh, okay, we could be entombing. I could be entombing. I could also just be, like, going for Chitinous Crawler shenanigans. Chitinous Crawler's, one heck of a card. I am going to go for Chitinous Crawler. I am going to use the Entomb here. And I'll grab, somebody nice and big and powerful and sexy and scary. All of those things and more. I'll then make a copy of it into my graveyard, and then I'll probably just use this to actually get a land out of the graveyard first, but on future turns, we'll do even more. Tival, the balanced scale, mills themselves, brings back lands, and makes zombies as they do. Putting things in their graveyard is pretty dangerous, since they so easily can bring them back. I don't really feel like doing that turn 1 grief here. I would rather get the Swarm Saboteur, making Virus Beetles, and then discarding the Virus Beetles for things. Oh, but they want a Thoughtseize. Yes, these are my thoughts. I am thinking them. Would you like to drop the Swarm Saboteur? They're thinking about it. I don't have another turn 2 play. Look at that! New turn 2 play. A Cruel Claws Heist. I'll gift you a card so I can steal one for myself. Oh. Well, yes. Overlord of the Balemerk's one of the best cards for me. And now I know I have a mana leak that I'd need to play around. Also, nice. Insidious Roots is great with Tival. I will save this, though, because on the turn I play this. Next turn. I'll just lead with the Grief. I can get rid of Broodlord or Arden. Doesn't matter too much. Cabal Stronghold, Tappy Tappy. A Jet Medallion. You want to leak it? Cool. Got them to use it on that. Now let's see what we can hit here. They've drawn something I don't know about. And this does trigger on attack. Okay, Grapple to Pass, Lightning Greaves, and Roots. I'm hitting Insidious Roots. Normally, Insidious Roots, not that scary of a card. Against Tival specifically, very good card. Oh, Necromancy. Necromancy? While I don't have triple black, I could be grabbing a Grief. Now, wait. Overlord of Balemerk. Swarm Saboteur. It's a leaky medallion. Concerning. Here comes Tival. Yes, Necromancy. It's got necromance. That's what the kids are all into, right? Boop. Zemo. Swinging it with Tival gets them another land back. Maybe. Yep, they got a Shifting Woodland now. And Shifting Woodland can become a copy of any of these permanents. Insidious Roots, Lumra. You name it, they got it. Six! You grabbing one of those? Is it time for Roots? Are you gonna go Root Scoot Boogie? Alright, so this now can tap for mana. And I'm gonna use Molt Tender! Nice. Well, I'm gonna do a funky little trick in this deck, where you cast Necromancy, which is a non-targeting reanimation spell. Put Arden in the graveyard. How you doing, Arden? Looking great. No, not you, Lumra. Arden, thank you. Then I'm going to grab the Lumra, since she mills me. I love how the game is just like, oh, something left their graveyard. Sure did. Anyway, bear. Swinging in with my funky 5/5 bear. Oh, wait, let me double check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Would have needed to cast those first. Okay, so just the bears going in. Yeah, there's some targets for the reanimate. Like, I could grab Grief, but that's just grapple with the past. It is not that big for me. All right, so Swarm Saboteur. Arc Enemy's Charm. Reanimate. It's like I already have a Reanimate here. They're eyeing their own graveyard. Maybe they're thinking about using that necromancy for themselves to grab a Grief. Nope. They're sheltered, though. Sheltered actually got cut from my deck. She's a very fun reanimation target. But she only has 2 black pips. They're surveilling. They do have plenty of mana. They could just cast these in a graveyard if they have a land in hand. That's the card advantage. They get the Swamp Walk. I think they have 7 mana. 1 second. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 mana. Or they could just do it the cheaper way with just bringing back the Necromancy. Requires them to have a land in hand, though. Oh yeah, Reanimate art. This is from the Final Fantasy deck. Tival connects, maybe? That might not have blue mana, but like, I could snag a Scarab God. I'm more likely, I think, to grab a Shaldred. He's got Swamp Walk. They got a swamp! I'm walking here. That's also a swamp. Oh, in my upkeep. They're gonna use Shifting Woodland? No, they're not gonna use Shifting Woodland. I shouldered now. Yeah, we've all seen it. Gonna animate my hive. And I'm planning on exiling 6. Your sheltered is mine. My force is negated, so that they just didn't have a land in hand. That's why they couldn't do things there. Bogchamp. I don't need that. I'll swing in with Zemo, this-o and that-o. Double check. What am I grabbing here? I'll grab some fun stuff. Hive hits Scarab God. Yeah, I know. Roots and Tival love this. Wait until they block. And then we're gonna leave the Zemo Dreamo on the table. They can't block this. This is Swamp Walk. And it will make them sacrifice... Oh no, a token! Swamp. It's walking. In fact, actually, is there an Urborg? Yeah, I played Urborg. Everything is Swamp. Secret text. They're walking here? Yeah, they're walking here! Alright, Board wipe is funny, but that's not what I want right now. 1... 2... 3... Getting rid of this, that, you... Alright, great. They will be invoked. There's nothing for me to grief from them. So just put more cool stuff in the graveyard. 5 Barter Trawler. Is that what I would want? Fatal Push. I don't think revolts online until after combat. So I would have to just use it to kill one of the little tokens, which is fine. Save my land or save Zemo? I'll save Zemo. Valgavoth, Worm, and a Gary. Give myself options. I get to drop a creature, Insidious Roots goes away. You just be one of the things blocking Zemo. He's no longer tapped for mana. We go up to 23. Ooh, land. Ripples. What do we connive? Bye, Liliana. You must sacrifice, ooh, a token! Yeah, I remember when Sheoldred was originally supposed to be a draftable card in a set, they actually replaced her on Arena because they didn't want to code Swamp Walk. Well, now we have her. And she's here, and so are all the other Phyrexians. Well, the Praetors are here. Let's see if they drew a land. I tried to make sure it were things that, like, it's not too bad if they get to necromancy it, since we know they have it. Something unrecoverable. They've done 13 damage if I buried alive into reanimating Gary. The bury alive was post-combat. I did not cast buried alive that turn. At least I don't think I did. Did I? Yeah, it was part of the exile combat. Oh, there's a bunch of things swinging at me. And I do have a land! Ooh, funky. So they have taken the Massacre Worm, so I can't use it. Temporarily shrinking all of these. I have 2 different reanimation triggers. Wait, Sheoldred was going to show up in Eldraine? Really? Oh, good for her. And good for us. GG. Anina, Natural Parallelist. I played against this same Anina player earlier today, and they had a couple counter spells and a few big X spells, which conjured them into a big, broad battlefield, which I then board wiped, which is what I'm hoping to do again in this game, especially since I have a perfect little perforator right here to put into the graveyard and then bring back. One of the more fun things, by the way, about Perforator Crocodile in this deck specifically is that it conjures the stab wounds, which if they kill the creature they're on, go into the graveyard and you can use them for Zemo. They're growing. Ramping. What's up? Cool. Zemo. Zemo in play. It's completely random what she ends up hitting on X, so if I can get lucky, maybe look at a bunch of, you know, mid-toughness cards for the Crocodile. Just a 3/3. No worries there. Chitinous Crawler. I will connive. Dropping Valgavoth. Another reanimation target. Another high devotion target as well. And Chitinous Crawler is one of my favorite ways to conjure things into my graveyard. Alright, so they're putting this back into my hand. That's fine. It means I won't be able to use it for next turn. I'm going to duplicate the crocodile that's in the grave, which gives me 3 more devotion in the graveyard and also a second crocodile, just in case I need 2 crocodiles. When have I not needed 3 crocodiles? 6 crocodiles. 10 crocodiles. I need more crocodiles. This is... I love how sometimes it's like, yeah, there's digital-only cards that feel like they're kind of bullshit, to be kind, like Chitinous Crawler. And then there's ones that I think this card is just fantastic. I think Perforator Crocodile could have existed in paper, and I would give whoever made it a handshake. Like, yes, it has Conjure. It doesn't matter. We'd make it work. It's awesome. Because it used Fear of Change to turn their bear into a Flame Sage. Just getting countered 3 steps ahead. Sure. I don't want to leave it in the graveyard for the Crawler. I have Arch Enemy's Charm, which could bring it back. Yeah, decline. You live here now. X equals 0. I'm just building up, like, some devotion in play as well. More crocodiles! You a crocodile? You look like a crocodile. Frog lump. Yeah, we have enchantment rolls. They could make tokens, but I want them to go to the graveyard, because it's a perfect crocodile. Whenever this creature attacks, you look at the top X cards in your library where X is this creature's power. You may exile an instant or sorcery with mana value X or less from among them, and can cast it without paying its mana cost. Had to read it. There's a lot going on in there. And he's buried alive. Arden, Grizzlebrand, Gary. I use that Crawler to grab my commander. You may play. Okay. We play it from exile. Here we go. Yeah, Nina's not tapping for mana yet. I would like another Gary, actually. Oh, you know what that is? It's gonna be the right snuff right there. I'm just gonna kill a Nina before she can tap for 2 extra manas, because X equals a little is scary enough. I don't need X equals a lot. And I'll drop Invoke Despair. Not that I need more devotion in the graveyard. I have plenty. Have you seen this graveyard? Oh, and as a reminder, if you are playing Buried Alive and you want to do a thing that is a little more like wins right on the spot, put Ulamog in the deck so you can do the Arden Ulamog thing. I took it out of this deck just because, like, I'm tired of it. I've Arden and Ulamogged. Plenty. Oh, are you gonna steal my Zemo? Yeah. The deck with an Arden. And, like, a lot of reanimate decks, you can do that. Okay, so they stole Zemo. Maybe I should have copied him so I'd have an extra. A backup Zemo. Keldum Flame Sage. Enlisting. Going to become a 4-power creature. No spells for them to cast for free. How much mana do I have? Enough. Okay, with 7 mana. Hoarding Broodlord. To tap this is part of it. Hoarding Broodlord I'm going to use to grab Reanimate. Right there. Lovely. I will convoke it into play, grabbing Arden. Arden can reanimate Grizzlebrand. And Chitinous Crawler can clone, or sorry, Gary, whatever, can clone also Grey Merchant. Why not? Hits them for 12, then hits them for 5. Yeah, Pox and Bloodletter, we actually cut from this deck. If you want to go where it's on theme, High Devotion combo. Yeah, Pox, Bloodletter, and, like, something like Gary. Anything to, like, deal 1 extra damage will kill your opponent. A Bloodletter of Akozots. And is it called Pox Plague? I want to say it's Pox Plague. I'm at 26 life. They're looking again for a spell, this time up to 6 mana value. But remember, they're probably casting X-cost spells. Okay, sink it to Stupor. You want to bounce this back into my hand? That back into my hand. Okay, I have more. I have more. Okay, I could also cast it from a graveyard. The Crawler. Helmut Gary. Nice. A fellow graveyard player, Terra Herald of Hope. She reanimates small power, but that can still do a lot. Yeah, this is exactly what I want. Nice. So Corpse Reader Prodigy is a sort of graveyard hate card. If an opponent's creature would die, it gets exiled. And it can conjure a high mana value and a high devotion card into my graveyard if I gain life. Now, I don't have that much life gain in the deck. I have enough. I like a 2/2 flyer with lifelink. Who cares? It's a good card. Let's inquire. We have to be careful about the creatures we put into the graveyard. Thoughtseize, Fatal Push, and an Accursed Marauder. Well, I was going to Marauder them, so that doesn't do that much. Overlord's going to be their best pick of like what they're doing on turn 2, or turn 1, because they started with Gemstone. So I'm going to hit the Thoughtseize. Please do not seize my thoughts. Those are mine. And a mill 4, and they got Teysa! Marauder? Oh, they're cool but rude. Well, I'm personally a party dude. They did not get another land. And because we know they have removal and removal, I'm gonna play Phyrexian Arena. Do you want to just play Terra? She mills. If they do, I Marauder that. Terra bringing Cecil and Cruel Claw into the graveyard. Ooh, Malakia. It's a cool piece of protection. They have enough mana if they want to just pop down Teysa, because she's very strong. Teysa wiggles. Intensity is 1, and then she disappears. Whoosh. Snuff Out's not going to hit that much in their deck. Ooh, I can reanimate something. Okay, Zemo. Reanimating Cruel Claw. Conniving away Grizzlebrand. Okay, great. I get to draw the Grizzlebrand right after I reanimate. Love that for me. I'll find a way to get it back. And they can kill both pretty, like, simply using the Marauder and Push. I have stolen Voxy, my queen. I keep a card that has Cruel Claw on it on my desk. Let me see if I can grab it. There it is. Ruthless Negotiation. It's so cute. I'll just drop the Cruel Claw. It's not like it's getting through those anyway. See if they're interested in Fatal Push on Zemo. Yeah, it's got like a cute little raccoon being held at knife point by Cruel Claw. Our roles should be reversed though. Like, yes, she's a weasel, but I think I'm the one that has more knives. Fatal Push. We're going to use Malakir Rebirth. I have to make sure I decline on putting it in the command zone. It doesn't matter too much what I drop here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, I'll drop Douthie, even though it is really good hate against them. Press decline. It returns. Overlord becomes a dude. We draw. Good grief. I'm trying to decide if I want to, like, drop down Prodigy as part of this. Because I think I'm going for Zemo this turn. Yeah, Duress. Drop the Snuff Out. What do you got? Case. Grief. Ooh, Valgavoth. That also is really cool graveyard hate. Drop the Loran. The reason I'm not playing Urborg is because they would benefit from it. Zemo. They're not blocking. They shouldn't block. Valgavoth. Grizzlebrand. This, that. You. Who. Bingo. Bongo. That. Okay, so I had to select all 15. I would like the Valgavoth. I would like the Grizzlebrand. And let me see. Do I want to reanimate, like, Loran here and do some smashing? Because I can smash the Overlord and then steal it. I like that. Okay, so I'm going to reanimate Loran. I should have done this in the other order. Destroy the Overlord. But unfortunately, I didn't order it, so Valgavoth would be out, so I can't seal it this turn. Oh, we'll find a way. Eddie Brock and Venom. I'm so not used to seeing this. I'm so used to seeing, like, Vigo of the Crossroads. Eddie Brock is going to be reanimating 1 mana value creatures from the graveyard. And Venom is going to be sacrificing them. Oh, no. I feel like Snuff Out's not going to do much against them. I'm going to mulligan. Yeah, it's like I feel like most of their deck's going to be in black. Black and green. Maybe some red. I think a Pyroglyph would be good. a Bloom Tender. Do I want to kill it? How wholly am I going to commit to always bolting the bird? It's tough because, like, I have Meat Hook Massacre here. I don't want them to get ahead with extra mana. Especially because they started with green. And maybe I just want to steal it. Are we going to go Overlord, Reanimate next turn? Depending on what we get and what they get. Or maybe I just want to play Zemo. Zemo's cool. Yeah, let's play Zemo. Play my commander. Venom stands out here. This is a card that a lot of people asked me to brew right when the Spider-Man set came out, and I had to keep telling people, I don't know how to make this card work. I would like to get it to work, but like both sides together or apart, I couldn't get it working. Move my commander to command zone? No, actually, because I'm just gonna grab it with the Overlord. Save the Reanimate for something else. Maybe something they put in a graveyard. Maybe a certain shark from the future. A future shark, you could say. Ooh! Alithar, thank you for the sub. Alright, let's see what I mill. I should consider that shark for this deck. Chat, consider that shark for this deck. It's only got 2 black pips, though. Tragic. Alright, let's see. I feel like the crocodile's kind of better for me here. And consider it considered. Yeah! Crocodile! Alright, kill that. Bajuka the bog. Bog! Bajuka. I turned 3 devotion in a graveyard into 1 off the stab wound, but we still have 12. Yes. That seems right. I'll swing in with the crocodile. Yeah, when it comes to like big reanimate decks, it really is just play your favorites. Play your Blorbos. Get those out of the grave. My Excruciator! There are only 2 creatures in the graveyard, so I don't think they're able to kill Crocodile. Is there a third? Yes, considerable creatures to be considering. It gets way harder when you're not just in mono black. What else you want to eat up? Which one of these you munching? My deluge! Okay, that's fine. Who's out here ruining the game? Nah, it's fine. I will Dark Ritual. Actually, I should have Zemo'd first. Right, because that would have gotten me an extra connive. Chilling with the Lilin. I'll drop Meat Hook. Kill the Reflection of Kiki-Jiki before it can clone anything.
One of your friends has to leave.
Yeah, one of your friends has to leave. Roxanne? Throwing a rock at Lily. Yeah, I feel like Jund to good stuff creatures is what they're probably doing here. As I said, I could not figure out a way to really get Venom to shine. Maybe they can do it. Who knows? Let's give them a card and then take a card. They're counting my graveyard. That's cool. I don't know what's in there. I have up to 4 mana to cast what I steal. Spell the Profane or Ren and 6. Spell the Profane, because they have Roxanne. Also, this is a black spell, but is not being cast from my hand, so I don't get to connive. Did I have fun? Yeah, it was alright. Torak, Dread Canter, is going to make us discard, is going to grow, and does a little bit of randomized discarding, which is going to be kind of cool and kind of rough, just because they could hit the right things that are good for us or the wrong things that ruin me. They have to get to 4 mana though, so very often Torak is ramping and playing other good control and discard spells. In fact, I'm going to let you draw. And I'm going to steal a card and put it into exile where it can't be discarded. Ooh, Gem Medallion. Ooh, waste not. Oh man, there's so many cards here that I want to play with. Because I have a Liliana, I'm taking the Waste Not. Otherwise, it's Jet Medallion. Cool. I also have, like, Thoughtseize if I wanted to trigger it right now. I gotta pick. Would I rather Waste Not into Thoughtseize here? This just gets killed by Liliana's. Huh, Liliana. BB Plussin. I'm gonna drop the Dismember. Yeah, it's him. It's him. He can't. He hims. Torak makes me discard 2 at random. Which 2? Ah, leaves me with Damnation. Damn. Is this going to be a YouTube video? I am, in fact, recording for YouTube right now. Ooh, am I minusing or plusing? I'm minusing for now.
Haven't you ever heard of personal space?
Jet Medallion for a discount, followed by... maybe just Fell Spectre? Nope, a Liliana of their own. A plus, we're discarding Damnation.
Drop it.
They discarded a land, which gives me mana that I can't use for anything. But because this only costs 1 black mana, they can make me discard at instant speed. Would have, did not. Do what you drop.
I'm tired of your secrets.
Okay, cool. Because they dropped the Triumph, I will play Zemo. Yes, they can minus and kill it. I can minus and kill theirs. We are all doing the same thing here. I think this is the first mono black mirror match I've had. I'm double checking. Like, I've played against other graveyard decks. Yeah, this is the first mono black deck I've played against. Ooh, they're drawing cards. It does feel very fun to get to steal a waste not though. Yeah, it's just they put things in graveyards. We take things out of graveyards. What's the vibe, Daddy-O? Oh, Dank Ritual into a Doug Dimmadis card? I mean, I guess you just play this unkicked, right? Oh, they're planning on using Castle Lochthwain. That's what this is. Nope, never mind. They just made a smaller guy. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, I was like double checking, do they need to kill him here? Yeah, one of you has to leave. Not gonna be me. Dang, I wish that was a land. They're gonna be able to kill my Lily.
Off you go.
They have no cards in hand. I can't just be plussing. Okay, I could be. I shouldn't. They'd still be able to kill her if I plussed, since me discarding would make them grow.
That's my cue to leave.
Torak, not kicked, so no discard. But Liliana is not making me discard either. Okay. What if they'll just minus with Liliana again? Nope, we discard. Let's see. What they discarded was a land, so I get 2 mana. 2 mana I can't use. I sneeze. What if they have a kill spell? Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. We totally have the get stuff. Okay. I will do this first because it's fun. Invoke Despair! Goodbye, Dark Ritual. I love it. It's like, hey, you connive. That's great! Thank you, Felspector. Made Torak happy. He's never been happy before in his life. Ooh, Tekanuma. Let's just play that. Zemo. I have to decide which of the oodles of stuff we want here. You have 1 card in hand. I will bring out Broodlord, Arden. I know it's post-combat. Invoke Despair. But I have no blocker. And I draw and I draw and they lose life and they lose life. In next combat, I should get my Arden goodies. Now, who do I want? Oh no. Oh no, I'm having decision paralysis. Oh no. There's too many cards and I want all of them. I'll just, like, check out what's in their hand. Gary. I was thinking Gary, but then it's like, I can't cast it this turn. Oh, it was a cut down. Oh, that draws me a card! Yay! Land! They left their guy in the graveyard. Ooh. GG. Hey, bye, Forest Guardian. You know what this is. It's shrines, or control with, like, just 3 shrines, because it's a really good 5-color good stuff commander. So let me see, what do you got in that hand? What in tarnation am I looking at? Okay, they got card draw, they got ramp, they got removal. If I hit the Farseek, it means I have to wait next turn. I don't want them destroying my ripples, though, so I'm gonna hit that. They seek far and wide. And I'm gonna get a little bit of Ripple Swirl. Some delicious ice cream. I'm gonna fill up my graveyard and start flipping and pipping. Here comes Hey Bye. The first shrine they hit is... Okay, Goshen's Hive, Life's Origin. So it does look like they have a considerable amount of control pieces. It is weird to see Tithe in this deck. Nah, I don't need it. Use a Zemo. What? I don't need it. I'll get him later. If they play Haunting of Seeing Winds this turn, they'll get an additional shrine. Behold, a blood crypt into... Oh my god, you just naturally get their Sanctum of All? Okay, that's gross. I'll take 7. We mill, we mill, we mill. Am I paying on those? No. I'll play Chitinous Crawler. Arden would be post-combat, so it would drop Brood Lord. Copy Brood Lord. Swing with Zemo. And I believe I'm 1 or 2 off here. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I'm literally 1 off of getting to Zemo there. If, like, one of the cards I had milled off Ripples were just anything other than a land, because we did mill a bunch of lands here. And he's joining up. The Southern Air Temple is double triggering, and we actually just die. That's all I got. Chandra Hope's Beacon against a bunch of cards that do not touch Planeswalkers. Like, I have an Arcane Signet, but I don't know if this is what I want. I'm gonna mulligan. It's like, yes, those are cards I guess I could just discard to Zemo. But we can do better. Chandra is big red, and very often the payoff for this Chandra specifically is land destruction, because she doubles it. And yeah, there's also Fin Fang Foom. I will say, this Chandra is better. It just works. I'll name human, and I will play a human, and I will hope it won't die. Cynical Loner lets me tutor things into my graveyard. It's also a nice aggressive early creature in case my opponent is playing, like, Planeswalkers I need to swing into. Whenever I see her name, I do think she's a cynical loser. Huh, I don't need any of you. Ooh. I'm actually going to get a turn with my loser. I mean, my loner. Well, that's great. All right, what do I want to put into the graveyard? The horses we need. I feel like it's just a... It's right there. Play Zemo. Yeah, she can also just, like, kill both of these. If they do kill these on my turn, I put an upkeep stop so I can Vampiric Tutor for Reanimate and grab it. And just, you know, reanimate my commander, except now it's a 5/5 demon with haste. I hope they get rid of the instant speed tutors. Like, I will continue to run them if I have things that I'm, like, putting in graveyards and taking out. But, like, Vampiric Tutor and Entomb, we did not need these cards. They're a lot scarier, by the way, in Ranked Brawl, where people are just like, yep, Demonic Tutor and next turn Diabolic Tutor in my upkeep, and now Tainted Pact Thassa's Oracle. Have fun. And I'm just out here like, you what? Oh, Ren's Resolve. They needed lands. A Reckless Impulse is just another Ren's Resolve. I believe they are exactly the same card. Different set, different art, different name, same exact wording. Alright, Valakut and Molten Pinnacle. That's not... 2 of those are not even mountains. Okay, so let's do this. Vampiric Tutor! Valgivoth. Since I got a land, I am actually going to grab Necromancy, so I don't have to pay to life. Go to main phase, play the Necromancy. What's cool about Necromancy in this deck is it is a non-targeting reanimate, so you can use it with the Connive. I'm gonna go Arden. Arden's gonna grab Valgavoth. And I'm gonna swing in with all these baddies. Boom, boom, pow. Yes, I will search my library for a card and put it in the grave. Where is Gary? Big Gary. Still got a good number of pips left in there, too. 6, 7, 8, 9. They bolted that in. They could have burned down the house. That would cleanly wipe this board, but they had to pay 3 life, and that leaves them at 6. Or it could be like 2 little wipes. No, never mind. They're stealing from me. Congratulations, you got 2 swamps and an accursed marauder. Oh, and I get a you find some prisoners. Thank you for you find some prisoners. Mind Stone. You just, letting yourself go? The loner gives up her life, and we're gonna take the win. Witherbloom the Balancer. She's going to go wide to discount herself and all the instants and sorceries they have. With affinity for creatures, you can do things like make a ton of mana producing creatures, and then cast a 1 mana Worst Fears, which would be my worst fear. I kept this hand because not only does it have early mill, it has a board wipe. They want to go wide, I want to destroy this. Yeah, some of my favorite cards with Witherbloom are like, oh gosh, there's like an X-cost spell that makes pests. There's an X-cost spell that makes forest dryads. There's X-cost spells that make elves and alchemy. And they're all good. All right, Marionette Apprentice. That is 3 creatures now in play. And the more of them I kill, the more life I will lose if this is out here. I think I have a turn, though. So I'm going to go for Zemo first. Ripples! I need some mill, please. Mill, mill, mill. Nope. Throw that right in the trash. Do I feel like griefing? Yeah, let's grief. I will drop Fighting Broodloid. That goes to exile. This goes to the graveyard. Preposterous Proportions and Chatterstorm. Okay, I'll drop Proportions. That would be a very cool overrun if they get to cast it for 2 mana. Also, it's got giant squirtles on it. This is great. And now we have to break their heart. Yes, you've made many squirrels. Squirrels is not enough. I will pay 1 to grab a swamp. And I'm going to be a total loser about this. Sure, I'll go for 3. I'll kill the Grazer too. Rob Valgavoth. Blast it. Sad face? Yeah. This deck's #1 weakness is a board wipe. And we're going to swing in, and we're going to reanimate, because we have enough devotion in the graveyard to do it. Corvold, Fey Cursed King. I'm going to do a little bit of sacrificing. I have a turn 1 Vampiric Tutor, but I don't actually know what I want to search for yet. It might depend on what they do. I feel in this deck, oftentimes you just want, like, big stuff, reanimation spells, or maybe even a Dark Ritual to accelerate to Zemo. Or I could just wait, since I don't know what I want. Let my indecision rule my life. What's cute about, like, Tutor is if you can follow up with another spell, you, like, connive the thing into your hand. Ooh, Malevolent Rumble. Whenever they sacrifice something, they'll get to draw a card and grow their commander. Alright, I'm gonna sneeze. Ugh. I'm going to Vampiric Tutor and grab Necromancy, because one of us is going to put something good in the graveyard. Eventually. Palantir of Orthanc, one of my favorite cards because I love to ponder my orbs. Would you like to mill or draw? Neither of these are that exciting. I would rather play the Soothsayer. So I'm going to put the Agadeem's Awakening on top. They let me draw. Okay, sure. I got a couple sneezes. Fable the Mirror Breaker gets them a Goblin. I guess I'll just play Zemo. Zemo. Play the fetch land. And depending on how the scry goes, I'll be fetching. Grief. It is so weird to me that you're letting me draw. Yeah, I'm so used to people letting me mill, but I guess they're like, I know you're a graveyard deck, and I know you're running big, dumb, like, Valgavoths and Grizzlebrands. And also, you probably, you know, fetched for a reanimate. I might have, you don't know. Ooh, a Phoenix. Ooh, a Fury. Zemo! My Zemo is killed. That's a good, yeah, that's a good necromancy target. That's what I'm thinking, too. I'm also wondering if they want to, like, I don't know, Goblin, Shaman, play Corvold, eat Fable? Probably not. Mr. Bones' Wild Ride? Okay, so they can exile their own Fury and keep it on retainer. Oh. I guess they still keep it on retainer. Except, no, they had to exile it as part of casting this. Yeah, they got some graveyard hate. I wonder why they bothered to give this haste. It doesn't need haste to just, like, keep the card. And it's a really good clonable card, too. Both are. Okay, there's, like, nothing underneath this. I like how Inhuman is now a creature type. That's so silly. Hey, what's in your hand? Gamba? Boggart. So graveyard hate or, well, it could be a tutor or it could be an entomb. Alright, we've already established you're gonna let me draw. So I don't think I need an obliterator. Obliterator? I hardly know her. Hey, you take that back. I know her very well. Emperor of Bones gonna continue to munch things out of the graveyard. And also still holding up that, like, one-off reanimation. If they want to, they could grab Boggart Trawler and use that to hit me. Okay, who you eating? I would eat the Detective's Phoenix. But I also probably would have waited until post-combat. No, not Mana Confluence, I guess. Please go for the gamble. It will strike joy if you do. Okay, Tumor. They got 2 mana up. Can have a third with the Shaman. And can also draw a card by sacrificing some treasures. They make a treasure. I trade with grief. What did they exile? Did you choose nothing? You didn't grab your little goblin? Oh, I don't feel like bajuking my bogs, I guess. Next turn, by the way, I can just like Buried Alive Necromancy. I don't know, Arden. We're not doing the Arden Ulamog thing. If you put it in the deck, those two cards are really good together. They're floating some mana. They will treasure it forever. You gonna gamble? Please gamble. Please. Yeah! Alright. What do they get? I feel like it might be like a Thoughtseize type effect. They Gumba. Okay, well they put Worry's Own Garden in the graveyard. Overlord. I love Overlord. They could grab that right back. Boop. If I could get one card, what would it be? Oh my god, I'm kind of feeling Speedbrood Stalker, to be honest. Okay, yeah. I think I know what I'm craving right here. So I'm gonna Buried Alive. Arden. Speedbrood Stalker. I don't know, random third other card. It's up to 3, but, you know. I will Necromancy. No. Yes. No. Yes. I choose Mr. Bones Wild Ride. What do you choose? Corvold? Great. Speedbrood Stalker, I'll swing in for 5. Oh, I love Corvold sees himself get sacrificed and is like, me? I ate me? You sure did. Wow, 2 board wipes. I don't need 2 board wipes. Put one in my hand. With Speedbrood Stalker, if there is a card you need to get rid of, you should pick it. Don't try to mind games your opponent if you will lose if you don't do that. What if, like, everything is a pretty valid target? Just go for whatever. You can go for the middlest, the biggest, anything. Ooh, a sneak attack! What are you gonna snack attack at me? They left Corvold in the yard? Huh. Ooh, what are you sneaking? Hey, that's why! Alright, so Arden's gonna come in. What's the scariest thing you can get? Sure. It's their commander. But, now he's a demon. Mm-hmm. Wasn't there... Yeah. Was I a fan of Zemo in the MCU? I did not know about Zemo in the MCU. People in chat are telling me he was in the Falcon and Winter Soldier show, which I didn't watch. No, I'm not that deep into MCU stuff. I read some comics across my life. And then... I don't know, like... Sometimes things showed up. Sometimes I like stuff. Yeah, there was the dancing meme. People actually showed me that, like, when we were setting up this video. I feel like grabbing. No. Yes? Yes. Yeah, I want that. Okay. For Lord. For more millin'. More thrillin'. Swing, swing, swing. Fine if he dies. Get your supplier this time. that are not double blocking. Neato Bonito. I have gained life this turn, so I'm going to play Corpse Weaver Prodigy. It's the beginning of second main. Okay. Should have done it at a different time. That's fine. I will Throat go. Grief to check their hand for sneak attackables. Colossus. And I don't think their creatures die anymore. Oh man, how greedy am I? Medium greed. I'll go Grief. I'll hit the other creature that's in their hand. Where am I? I'm at sushi. You've been enjoying playing the Mighty Thor deck that I put together? Yeah, I think that Mighty Thor is one of those just, it's a good card. I might build a second version that is all artifact based instead of making it like a hybrid Blink commander. Because it works. Like, she works really well with equipment. Yeah, I'm trying to think what MCU stuff I usually watch. Like, just random bits and pieces. Like, I'll watch some of the shows, I'll watch some of the movies. I haven't seen all of the Avengers stuff. I'm just not cool enough. Or not uncool enough. Not sure which. Yeah, I think that part of it's like, I don't have that much time to watch TV shows. So, like, occasionally I will go out to see a movie or, like, put a movie on while I'm working. Alright, you got anything to follow up with? They wiped the board. Bloodghast! Ta-da! Hello, yes, this is Orb. You want to Thoughtseize me? You can't. I mean, you can, you shouldn't. Should, shouldn't, yeah. These are all words. I have a very, very pushable bat right here. My bat! Pushed! Sure. Can you kill me? All it takes is one good critter on a sneak attack. I guess we need to be flying. Saying good game? I'll say it back. What do you got? Okay, yep, that's a land. That's a Bloodghast. That's my graveyard. Mm-hmm, 4 to the face. Okay. You're still around, you're still alive. Or are you? Yeah, I don't know, man. What are we doing here? What would make you just lose 1 life that would be fun? Gary, right? Yeah, I feel like it's like always Gary. Gary. Yeah, looking good. Alright, swing in. And Gary, Grizzy, whatever this, that, those, Hugh, I need a couple more. 1, 2, 3, 4. Great. You. Ironheart Clever Champion is my pick for the best Paradox Engine commander from all of the Marvel sets, because she gives all your non-creature spells improvise, meaning you can tap artifacts to help cast them. And then if you, say, cast a spell and you have a Paradox Engine out, you untap everything and you can just kind of keep going. Turns like everything into a sort of mana rock for non-creatures. This is, I'll say hi. This is a card I actually put into one of the Iron Man decks I made. I think I had cut it from one of them at some point. Ironheart's very good, but also kind of frustrating because you have to really set yourself up for it right. Hello, Emry. Also a Paradox Engine commander. Got a Tormod's Crypt. That's very good against me. And a Giant Craft Helm. So they'll be able to, like, recur a Tormod's Crypt every turn if they want to. Especially because I would need to really commit to killing this Emry. Well, let's see. What's the vibe here? Oh, okay. The vibe is they are going to let me hit with the Cynical Loner. I will grab... Valgavoth. And I have to be able to pay the ward. I'll pay 2 extra life, and that is more devotion in my graveyard. So we have 5 devotion so far. Yeah, this is Tony Stark's protege, or one of them. She's really cute. I don't know anything about the character, but I like it. Mechanist, casting non-creature spells gets you clues. Doesn't have to be an artifact, but it always gets you an artifact. You can also animate them. Am I feeling Zemo or am I feeling Obliterator? I'm feeling Zemo. And since the leather armor is giving him a bit of a boost, I cannot swing in there. A Planisphere gets them a 1/1. Also a clue, also the equipment. So they could bring out Ironheart if they'd like. There she is. They still have 1, 2, 3, since they could use this for improvising. She is an artifact creature. All of the Iron Mans are artifact creatures. I guess because of the suit. Makes enough sense. I don't feel like wiping the board. So instead, this. Yeah, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Not enough. Yeah, got a bunch of lands here. But now I do get to start swinging with Obliterators, and that's always fun. Ah, or they could have protection. They protect. Do they also attack? It's not like I'm blocking. First they'll draw. Nettlecyst. Neetocyst. That's gonna be a huge dude. Yeah! Okay, sure, and a little extra ward. Okay, now imagine if I had jump somehow in mono black and then bam, Obliterator right in front of you. God, that would feel so good. Give me something good. Well, it's more devotion. But it's not enough. So... Dang. There go my dreams. Why do I have fetches in this? In part because I have Fatal Push and also because it helps spin to death. We also have a creature that is able to recur lands from the graveyard. Thins the deck. Not bad enough. Not good enough. Taken down by Ironheart. Nice. GG. Titania, Protector of Argoth. Got some really good new cards, like Mole Man. Hi, Titania. She makes elementals. And she's going to be filling up her graveyard. I got to decide what I want to entomb. Now, with these 5/3s and the ability to make them so easily, Masker Worm doesn't kill it. Perforator Crocodile doesn't kill it, but Perforator Crocodile does fill them up with loads and loads of stab wounds. So I might be going for it. Or Valgavoth to make it so the lands don't ever go to the graveyard, and instead they go to me. Yeah, it's whenever it is put into the graveyard. I'll put Valgavoth in the grave. I'm sure you have some good graveyard hating. Oh, Urza's Cave lets them fetch for a specific land. A Lotus Cobra turning landfall into mana. And they have a fetch land, so if they have a 3-mana card here, they could play it. Also, if they have more lands in hand, Burgeoning says, ooh, more mana. Yum, 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 yum. Hello, yes. 1 forest, please. And at 3 mana, what are you popping into play? Is it more lands, a cultivate? Nissa? Oh, they're gonna foretell Outcast Trailblazer because it gets them easily to Titania and some card draw next turn. Do you have another land? I see. They did. I can edict this, but I want to use my commander. You know what? I'm going to let you have it. All right, Zemo. Zemo, I need you to put on these boots. I need you to protect yourself from the world around. This is a scary world out there. A scary world. Swing at that snake. They're so fetch. This gets them a 4th land, a 5th mana. Kind of surprised they didn't wait on it. We'll see what else they have. Outcast Trailblazer. Titania, bringing the land back. Okay, so they have 2 different fetches. Which one do you want? Misty Rainforest. And they draw. And once they fetch this, they'll get to draw again because they make the 5/3. Getting Mo Forests. Mo Mana. At 4 mana, what do you play? Eye in my graveyard. Don't worry about it. I'm sure you have some graveyard, like a Scavenging Ooze or something in there. Devoted Druid can get them some mana. Also can be part of some infinite combos, but I feel most of the time when I see Devoted Druid, people are not running the infinites. I ran into one person who was trying to do the infinite and goofed it up, which was a little sad. I only have 4 pips. Best card up the top for me. Probably a board wipe. Specifically, I would say Deluge. Because I could wipe out all of these and keep Zemo alive. Yeah, that's a couple guys. Castle Locktwain. The only thing I can cast here is the Edict, so I will cast the Edict. And, your creatures versus your creature tokens, honestly, I make you sacrifice a creature token. It guarantees a 5/3 over a 1/1. Substitute supplier. One with nothing. I think you actually can... Oh my god, can you play one with nothing in Arena? I think it might be in Arena. If you want to go full Meme Lord Zemo. Alright, let's see if I mill enough. Which it gave me a count. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11... 12, 13, 14, 15! Got there! It is Brawl legal. Okay, chat, you can put one with nothing into Arena. If you are truly a brave, brave, courageous soul. All right, let's, Valgavoth, Worm. So I have to click on all of them, but I have to decide which of these I want. Like, it's definitely Worm. And, we want the Worm last. Then Valgavoth, and it doesn't matter when this one happens. And this would just be card draw, but I want the Liliana. It would keep my commander alive, kill everything but Titania and the Elemental, and leave me sitting pretty with a couple blockers. Cosmic Spider-Man! Gotta get that spider quest done by playing lots of spiders. Dark Ritual, Inquisition, these are great early cards, especially if we're using them with Zemo. Do I feel like doing a turn 1 rush for my commander? No. Okay, I'm gonna inquire. What do you got? Okay, well that's a spider. Technically, that's a spider. 2 good pieces of ramp. I'll hit Birds of Paradise. It doesn't matter too much which one I hit, but this one taps for more colors. They also had an Ishkana, good spider lord. A good Spidey Lloyd. Ooh, with a Damnation here. I'm gonna let them actually just commit whatever they want onto the board and then ba-boom. But I have to do it probably before Cosmic Spider-Man comes out because he gives Flying, First Strike, Trample, Lifelink, Haste. Loads of text. Patchwork's Banner. Name and Spideys. He is the all spider. So they could play it next turn. That's fine. I'm actually just gonna set up to like board wipe into it. Cool. We'll Bajuka the Bog. I can take the hit. If they don't have many other things getting the buff, it's especially not that scary. I'm sorry, I'm counting devotion like a rude girl. Yes, with great responsibility comes great keywords. Power? Who needs it? He's a 6/6 though, thanks to the Patchwork Banner. I'm sorry, a 7/7. He's exalted. Just put Excruciator in the graveyard. That'll work. An extra thing in the grave for my chitinous crawler. I may as well swing for 1 first. Boop. And damn! There they go! Mill, mill, mill. Yum, yum, yum. Overlord. See, next turn I could chitinous crawler, replay a land, clone a worm, bring out Zemo. Great. I want to go Zemo Dark Ritual if I can, but I would need another land first. That's okay. I won't maximize my Zemo value. Torian Maul! I'll go Dark Ritual. Enjoy your counter. I hate that this is in May, because it's like, why would you say no? Of course, yes. Oh, I could instead grab, like, orb from the graveyard. No, I want to use Zemo next turn. I don't know, we'll clone whatever's a nice high devotion thing. Excruciator. I think Cosmic Uncle Ben is just dead but in space. So I don't know what Cosmic Spider-Man is. I didn't read whatever that's from. It seems the Enigma Force granted Peter the greatest power and with it the greatest responsibility. Is it an item that's like saving the universe? He punched the Hulk into space. Yeah, but like we all do that, I think. It can't just be me punching Hulk into space, right? Fizzlebland. Ooh, or do I want to set up for like the cutesy board wipe and bring back stuff just for me? Okay, gonna grab another land. It's free real estate. Chitinous Crawler, please clone Worm. And Zemo, what are we feeling here? I'm feeling Grizzly Bee. Worm. Oh, and I have to like do something else too. Okay, one of the excruciators for just to fill in the spots. Okay. Grizzlebrand, worm. Twice the worm, twice the fun. And I guess I got enough to like bring back Stitcher's Supplier. Yeah, I have, do I have any other 2-drops? Nah. Boop. Boop. Who knows, maybe it'll mill another 1-drop. Torimower, I don't care. This is my flying blocker. You give trample, that's fine, whatever, it's a Grizzlebrand. Ooh, hold up. Oh, no. He's Captain Universe. He's permanently bonded with the Enigma Force, which is a sentient, godlike, primordial energy source. Alright, that's cool of him. Is it because he's just like, he's a nice guy? Oh! It's his origin story. I guess I just, like, swing in. More Broodlords. Swinging with everything. Mill. Sure. Zemo. Hoarding Broodlord. Doomsday Excruciator. Consuming Corruption Inquisition. Hoarding Broodlord. Consuming Corruption, kill Ishkana. It'll be lethal. Thank you so much for watching this episode of Brawl Stars. As you probably expected, Zemo is a fun and flexible card. If you want to set yourself up to do more like game-winning combos on the reanimation, to go with your Arden, you can add Ulamog. Maybe you want to do Pox and Aquazots, which is to say Pox Plague and Bloodletter of Aquazots. We had that in this deck at one point. We did manage to do it as a combo. It's pretty cool. And if you want to get really silly with some free discards, it turns out one with nothing is legal in this format. There's also some other black cards, including an elf and a creature that's actually from Jumpstart in Marvel, that let you discard from your hand whenever you'd like. So you can just get things in your graveyard. But I think that the best way to get things in your grave with this deck is have Zemo out and cast a cheap spell. I find that this card, being at base a 3/3 that grows, is also really strong, but protecting it with something like Greaves helps a lot. And if you do just end up with your commander killed over and over, stop focusing on putting the good stuff in the graveyard and just cast it instead. Sure, it costs a lot of mana, but like, there's nothing wrong with a 6-mana worm, or a crocodile, or maybe some demons and demon reanimators. I think the deck, though, performs very well, and part of that's because it is mono black. Mine is a bit of a mono black mid-range deck. I've run into some that are more aggro, and I've run into some that are more control combo, and I think that this works just fine. We've got a couple board wipes in there, and I like the way that it turned out, and it's a good excuse to get to run some of my favorite cards. Like the crocodile, absolutely awesome in this deck. You should run this, even if you hate alchemy cards. Come on, this is like a paper possible-ish card. It's really fun, and it puts stab wounds in your graveyard, and also it's fun, and I love it. Shout out to this card, always. So much fun. If you're looking for my deck list, you can find it in the description of the video, and if you'd like to suggest a commander for me to brew, this one was highly requested, please let me know in the comments. I have lots of decks that I have not yet brewed, or have brewed and just not recorded yet, so please voice your desire to see some of these decks so I know what cards you want to see me brew around. Thank you all so much for watching, and have a brawlful day.